We're on Route D in Schuyler County. We are about 2 miles outside of Lancaster, and we are paving in the westbound. We're paving westbound direction in the eastbound lane. We're paving opposite of traffic. We're working with a 1/2 inch minus cold mix that has about approximately 5% on the number 200 sieve. And I'm forgetting how much is retained on the 1/2 inch. Not very much, maybe about 5% retained on the 1/2. We are laying, this is day 3 of paving, and we have been averaging approximately 50 pounds per square yard, which works out to be about 150 ton per lane mile, or 300 ton per center lane mile. You'll notice in the center, just slightly off to the center, maybe 3 foot in from the center line, the texture becomes very coarse, almost as if it's looking like it's tearing slightly. There's a localized high spot in the lane that the screed's kind of dragging over the top, so it gives it that little bit of a ripped appearance for 2 or 3 foot, 2 foot from the inside of the center lane. Paver is moving at approximately 45 feet per minute to about 50 feet per minute, and that is dependent on the time of the day and the temperature, the ambient temperature outside. So the crew has been moving at about 50 foot per minute on average for the day. We're using 2 steel rollers to roll the material in. Trucks that are delivering the material have a pup truck behind it. They're delivering about 25 ton per load, and that is about split in half between the truck and the pup truck that it's pulling. There's also a couple of in-dump trucks that are delivering material as well. Not exactly sure how many tons are on the in-dump. This gives you a good look at the high spot, and you can see the difference in the texture. Got the rollers making their final pass to take the roller. What's that? And we got a comic too. The paver is supplied by Missouri Petroleum out of St. Louis. The Department of Transportation, MoDOT, is performing their own traffic control, and they are also rolling the material. So a joint venture between Missouri Petroleum and MoDOT. Hopefully I'm not making everybody sick by walking and filming. Got a little bit of areas like this where it's actually high on the outside too, where they're crushing stone. Similar macro texture is what you're getting about 2 foot in from the center line. This road is very out of shape. Rutting's an issue, but the ride after it's paved is working out rather well. No profilograph was done on this job. That would be a good thing to check before and after from a ride perspective. This is fresh material here that has not been rolled yet. The rollers do a good job of closing up the macro texture. You can see the difference where the roller stops and where the unrolled material begins. The shot rate that the paver is delivering is about a 0.16 gallon per square yard. It is a polymer modified tack. Missouri denotes this as CPEM-1. Similar to a chip seal oil, slightly harder pin value, and that's due to the delivery system of the paver. Doesn't allow as much sieve in the emulsion itself. A little bit harder specification to meet. Got the rollers working in tandem. Got the paver crew. Smile for the camera. Yeah, we're definitely making the most out of work here. The rollers are staying right on top of the paver to seed the mix into the emulsion membrane. Only few areas are we seeing a need for compaction in some of the deeper wheel ruts. So there is a slight amount of compaction taking place on the job, but no densities with the nature of a cold run. Very good stone on stone contact mix. Get a view of the roadway before it gets paved to give you an idea of what these guys are laying over out front. You can tell the mat has a slight tear to it because of the yield concern with the DOT. There's the man of the hour. He's watching the crown of the pavement where he can adjust the center screed to keep the yield in perspective. Runs this job, Santo Greco with Moped. Give you a view of the pup trucks to give you an idea of the size of the trucks that we're working with here. The cross slope at this particular station, which we are at station 477, actually is in fairly good shape. This roadway goes from a decent cross slope to very poor. In a matter of 100 feet, you can get into some pretty deep ruts. Most of that is due to the very poor base materials that are in this area. It's a fatty clay. DCP values 8 inches below the surface are around a 2 to a 5 in areas, depending on the moisture content that's in the base. This is what we do all day for about 12 hours.